This is a Looney Studios podcast. Hello and welcome to Aerde Talks. I'm Hunter Looney, the Game Master, and this show is here to dive deeper into the world of Aerde, which is traversed in Aerde Tales. Today we'll be discussing the genus of Gobelinus, which includes goblins, gremlins, Hopkinsville Goblins, Onis, and Orcs. And the first up is goblins in there, and these individuals are stand about 2'6", and then they also usually have green skin, but their skin color can vary. Their average lifespan is about 50 years old. Max lifespan is 75, and they're omnivores. Now, usually their hair colors are darker hair colors, but they can vary, and just like any of the species of Aerde. And there can be, there's also individuals that strictly stick to carnivorous diet and try not to go too far in the other ways of that. So then they also have longer ears and can have sharper teeth than some other omnivores. But then let's get to gremlins. They are 2 foot tall on average. Same about lifespan, 50 years, 75 max, average 50. These individuals are also omnivores, but these individuals generally have flatter ears that protrude out from the side instead of ears that point upward. They point outward. They're generally more wrinkled. Their faces aren't as humanoid looking. They still look like humans, but in that they have eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and stuff. But they generally don't have too much hair. Their ears go straight out from the head, and also have various colors of greens and other skin colors. Not very much hair, but a little bit of hair. And then we have the Hopkinsville Goblins, and these individuals average about 2 foot tall as well, 50-year average lifespan, 75 max. Again, also omnivores, but these individuals are grayish skin, bright yellow eyes. Their ears aren't exactly like the other goblins. They're like an in-between of what goblin ears are and what gremlin ears are. And they're just like a unique subspecies of goblins. And so then we'll get to Onis, which are average height 7 feet tall, average lifespan 85, max lifespan about 110. These individuals are carnivores or osteophagy, where they eat bones, and some dip into some omnivore diets. And these individuals are noticeable by they have some horns. They're generally red color, but they can also be blues and various other colors. They are usually very strong individuals. And then we have Orcs, which are 6.5 feet tall on average. Average lifespan 75 years, max lifespan 100 years. Same thing that they're carnivores, osteophagy, they eat some bones, and also omnivores, some of them. These individuals varies. They're like green skins, brown skins, but it also can vary wildly. There's some other skin colors as well, and these individuals also have tusks, the same as Onis also have some tusks protruding out of their mouths. And that brings us to the end of the Gobelinus. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Aerde Talks. On the next episode of Aerde Talks, we'll dive deeper into the sentient species of Aerde, specifically the genus of the Cynocephalus, which are the sentient dog people. Now let's take care of some housekeeping. Our adventurers encounter magical items, so we want to invite everyone to visit patreon.com/Looney Studios. The link is in the description, and on that front page there's a link to a Google form where anyone can submit an idea for a magical item. Anyone can do this. You don't have to be a patron, and you can do so anonymously, or you can put your name on it or your username to receive credit if we use it. Please add to that list. We love seeing the magical items that people come up with. Some of them might even get used in-game. And while you're there, you can also check out the Looney Studios Patreon, and if you become a patron, you gain access to the podcast early, among other perks. And speaking of Patreon, I would like to thank our patrons. Thank you for supporting Looney Studios and Aerde Tales. And Looney Studios can be found at looneystudios.com and at the social media platforms listed in the description. Please give a review on your favorite podcasting site, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and submit magical items on our Patreon. The Looney family hopes that you have a wonderful day. That was a Looney Studios podcast.